So today's going to be a very, very sad day for me. I have saved Littlefoot's life 3 times, and I was not successful the 4th time. Littlefoot had fell and ruptured one of his cuticles, which is this one, and he dehydrated severely, and this was before Christmas. And I was actually able to save him, hydrate him several times, but he was already refusing to eat. He was letting himself wither away. On Good Friday, when I came home from work, I found him in a death curl. I was able to hydrate him, get him out of the death curl. 3 days later, he passed away. So, what I just did is I took him out the death curl. I straightened his limbs out. I am cleaning him off. And I'm going to preserve his little body. I'm not okay with this. I'm very, very sad. This is one of the ones I had a very close bond to, even though some people are going to beg to differ that you cannot bond with these guys. I beg to differ that you learn their personalities and you learn how to go around them, how to care for them. You learn them as an individual. You learn how to design their tanks based on the things they've done, which I did do. My husband desperately tried to rehydrate him this morning for me while I was at work. We were texting each other back and forth as I was giving instructions. And unfortunately, it was just his time. Now, he did live out his entire lifespan. I got him when he was a sling. And I raised him all through maturity. Unfortunately, I was not able to mate him with my female Avicularia because she had molted. So there was no mating because she molted and it was too late. I'm very, very sad. I love my tarantulas to death. These are not pets. These are not collections to me. These are my unique individual family members. To me, if you don't have 8 legs, then you're not as important unless you're my kids. Sorry, but that's just the way I think about things. So as you can see, he did let his abdomen wither away. And this is me desperately, constantly trying to hydrate him. As you see on this leg, on this side, you can actually see the abrasion from him falling. And I had even set up his tank to accommodate him from falling. And I will show you that shortly. But right now, what I'm just going to do is get this guy cleaned up. Get my Littlefoot cleaned up. And get him preserved. He was like one of the coolest tarantulas I ever owned. He was so calm, so cool. As you can see, he looked like he already had something, like he was slightly decaying. I'm not sure what that is about because that was not on there a few days ago. I'm not sure if this is nature already taking its course. I'm not sure because he does not have any mites in his exhibit. I was very, very, very animate about taking care of their tanks, the cleanliness, keeping any bugs out, feeding, misting, humidity, hydration, everything to me was essential. I chose to cage these guys, so it was my responsibility to take care of them. And he actually lived 6 months longer than what I expected because well before Christmas, he wasn't doing really well. And for those who follow me, you guys know how I am about these guys and what I do for them. So I went from 15 tarantulas, now I'm down to 14, although he'll always be with me. A lot of people aren't going to understand why I am the way I am, but then another proportion of you guys will understand exactly how I feel. From this angle, you can actually see his hook. I just feel so bad for this guy. Like, I wish I could have done more, but I saved his life 3 times. So, I guess I did what I could do. So this is Littlefoot's tank. This was Littlefoot's tank. A lot of plants for him to hide in. He loved it. Had his sticks. Nice clean substrate, a lot of substrate at that. It was double his leg span. His water bowl was sitting here, but we took it out so I can get him out. So basically I designed these tanks to accommodate them, although it doesn't look so cool right now because I kind of tore it apart so I can get to him and do what I needed to do, and I tried to monitor and do what I could. So now I'm just going to continue cleaning him up, stretching his limbs back up, out. Sorry, I can't even speak. My mind's just lost. It's been on him since Good Friday, which would have been April 19th here in the United States, for those who do not live in the United States. So I'm going to get this process going, and I'll show you what I get.
This is easy.
So I just measured Littlefoot, and Littlefoot was 5 inches and 1/8. 5 1/8 of an inch. So that's him against my hand size. He's a pretty leggy man, just very skinny. So we're going to get him started in the preservation. I just wanted to measure him out. So, according to all the research that me and my husband both did, and I have seen this done on YouTube as well from other tarantula keepers, I put his body in a alcohol to preserve it, and within a week I'll dump this, I'll refill this with clean alcohol, because it's going to break down his insides, and I'll continue this process until the water is clear. And within a few days, this water will be yellow, and it will continue to turn yellow until he's completely dissolved inside. So, saying final farewell and goodbye to you, Littlefoot. Yeah, baby. Thank you guys very much, and thank you for this journey you gave me with Littlefoot and everybody that had concerns. See you on the next one. Hey everybody, so I'm going to add an update to this update. So this is Littlefoot, who's been preserved really well, actually. Still miss him dearly, still pick him up and check on him, even though, you know, he's not with me in a spiritual manner, or I should say he's with me in a spiritual manner. I have lights that illuminate his jar, and look, I have morphine bugs. So for all of you that have been with me for quite some time, you know my relationship with Littlefoot. I could touch him, I could scratch his rump, he would let me, I would help him get into his trees. As he started to age, I started to upgrade enclosures to catch him. And I'm going to show you what his final product was. So this was Littlefoot's tank before he had passed. I had put huge plants, so if he fell, he would land softly on something. I added so much substrate and packed it. The syringe that we used to try to hydrate him is still in there. When he passed, well, when he was in death curl, he was hiding right there in the back. I had his hanging globe, I put it on the ground, and he actually started to lay in it. He's very weak. He had fell several times. There are videos on there that you guys have watched and gave me some pretty great ideas on how to help him. So this is what I did. Lots of sticks, mesh. That way he could support himself. There was a couple other things in here, but when I needed to get to him, because he was over here in this corner when he was discovered behind the hanging hide. Sorry, I got ink on my hands from work. That's where he was. So that's kind of why things are shuffled, his bowl's gone and all that. So yeah, I missed him severely. So as you see the clips in the end of the video, you will see how it went from a plain enclosure before my creativity took over to what it is now. I've had to fix his legs a few times due to falls and them cuticles rupturing, and I was able to save him. I found him in that corner on Good Friday, and I want to say 4 days later he finally passed on. As I was at work, my husband was texting me, asking me what he could do to help him. He did everything that I suggested, but unfortunately his time was just here. And of course, she finally healed up all the way, and this was supposed to be his mate. but he didn't make it. But I do have another juvenile Aviculera, and I'm not sure if it's male or female just yet, so I don't know if I have a mate or not. If not, I will figure something out. I'm too attached to ship these guys away for mating purposes. I'm very attached. These are my friends. These are my friends, these are my family, these are everything to me. So I'm going to give you a quick update now. Look at my enclosures. My Carabinas in here. My Phonopelma seemanni. My Pac-Man frog. One of my curly hairs. My red rump. And this is Bendy, my other Phonopelma seemanni. There's Charlie. And then here is my fully matured curly haired tarantula female. Goliath is in here. Still hasn't molted. Made blinders for everybody, so when the sunlight is bright, they don't have to worry about being blinded. And then we have my other Phonopelma seemanni. Yeah, I have 4 Phonopelma seemannis. I love these ones because of how big they are. And Goliath is extremely nice. I have tons of sticks to add to every enclosure. I have lots of plants. My rose hair, Hammy, my hamster, my Asian forest scorpion, emperor scorpion. This is my suspect male, female, not sure what it is. Tarantula, webbed everything up. And here is my horned baboon. And here is my OBT. And in here are my orthicas. These are my Chinese praying mantis egg sacs. I got 3 in 1, and the 4th one and a white one. I'm getting ready to hang them up and get ready to hatch. So yeah, this is kind of just what I have going on right now.
Subscriber count right there. I'm not gonna lie. It's junk. It's junk. Why isn't it doing it? It says we've got 8 subscribers since this slow thing is back up. It's 30 down. Why isn't that updating? Amy? I don't understand why it's not moving. Doesn't matter. Alright. Have a great day. Oh, we're over it. Yeah, we're at 108. And he keeps we're showing right here. Live update. I just showed him, Justin. Yeah. All you people out there who got a problem with the way I treat him, that's why I treat him. Something's wrong with social work. There's something's wrong with him, too. We'll see you all getting the tattoos. Thanks a ton for we appreciate all the support. Yeah, crazy. We're over 100. Yeah, we'll see when we get the tattoos. Thank you. What's up, YouTube? We're down here for the tattoos, finally. About 3 weeks later. We're on the new camera. But, we're not on it. Yeah. She's filming that glitch that happened on the topic. That glitch that happened like 2 seconds ago. That was me trying to get our TV to work with my phone, but we are over 100,000 now, so you guys saw that. That original stuff was done with Canon. Yeah, we're on the break. What about all these cars and all this noise? I'm a nervous wreck. Well, this is where we're at right now. We'll see the wizard. Yeah, the silent tattoo will be out in a minute. Thanks. compare it today to show you 5 real products you can find on Amazon. Let's see what I got today. Who come up with that kind of products? Instant underwear, just add water. So let's open it up. What? So this is like compressed towels, except it's an underwear or something like that. We'll find out in a second. And it says all I have to do is just add water.
So a little update to my update. So I still have all the mesh in there. As you see, I have plants on this side, which he is laying on currently. He's relaxing finally. He's got more artificial plants on this side. I was able to anchor in the sticks a little bit better. So he's actually been a lot more content. No more falling. He's actually doing really good now. Seems to be more active. He's up higher. He's not moving around like crazy. So that's a good thing. Still feel sorry for my little guy.
They teach you that in the Q course. They teach you that in winter school and SEER school. You just have to bounce back. So I regroup, took a deep breath, and we got to go into battle.